Hello ladies and welcome back to a new video. I'm Urania and I'm a certified life coach. In today's video, we are looking at different feminine and elegant body language tips. How can you present yourself as the woman that you want to be without using words? Ladies, let's get straight into today's video. Whether we are aware of it or not, our body language is saying something. We are communicating something. And we want our body language to be aligned with the woman that we are, the woman that we are growing into. So here are 10 different tips that can help you to present yourself as the best, most elegant and feminine version of yourself. Let's start with point number 1. Number 1, smiling. There are so many benefits to smiling. When you are smiling, you are making yourself more beautiful. Putting a beautiful smile on your face really enhances your beauty and it makes you look more feminine. It also makes you more approachable. It's so much easier to approach a woman or a person that is smiling and looks friendly, and then approaching someone that looks like she would rather be anywhere else in the world but here. So I do think that most people have a very basic facial expression because we are not aware of it. And that's why the very first one is to really be aware of your facial expressions, because that's the first thing that you're communicating. I am saying something completely different when I look like this or when I look like this. It makes such a big difference. You look so much more inviting. And was I smiling from ear to ear? No, but I am aware that my basic facial expression is more inviting. It's something really small, but it makes a big difference. Number 1, smile with teeth or without. The second one on our list is posture. I have been really aware of this since I've been doing YouTube, because I am looking back at myself when I'm watching my videos. There is a different message I'm giving off if I sit like this or if I sit like this. And this is not the message I want to give off. I want to give you the message of a woman that is confident and that is feminine, because that hopefully inspires you to do the same. I think especially our body language is giving off the message if you feel confident or if you don't feel confident. People who are sitting slouched like this, shoulders are down, even looking at the ground often, they don't give off that confidence and that power. And a very simple way for you to have a powerful and confident body language when you're sitting is to literally have your back straight. So the only thing you have to do is to keep your back straight and to keep your shoulders slightly to the back. You don't want your shoulders to be like this. You want them to be like this, up. And just keep this in mind. Try to make it a habit. Sitting like this makes you look more confident and more elegant. When you're walking, it's the same thing. You keep your back straight, you keep your shoulders to the back, you keep your chin up a little bit. Don't look down like this, but look up. And don't walk too fast. Keep those things in mind and you will have a beautiful posture. Body language tip number 3 is hand gestures. So hand gestures is all about this. When you're talking, you're saying something, you're using your hands. There is something so feminine about this, a woman who is talking and also using her hands. And the most interesting thing with this part is that when you are doing this, you're using your hands, you want to have your nails done. Very interesting things that happened to me. So not too long ago, I was explaining something at work to a colleague of mine. And I was explaining something using my hands. And I had on my red nail polish like I have always. And I noticed that she was literally following my hands like I was talking. I just saw her eyes. I just saw her eyes following my hands or my nails when I was talking to her. And this has to do also with the red nail theory, right? This has been all over social media as well. When you wear red nail polish, you are able to attract people to you more. But on top of that, if you also use hand gestures like this when you're talking and you're saying something, that is also something that is very attractive and very feminine. You will definitely get people's attention when you're using your hands more, using hand gestures, and you have on a beautiful nail polish, especially red, according to the red nail theory. So number 3, hand gestures. As I mentioned in the beginning, I am a certified life coach and I'm taking on new life coaching clients. So if you are in the need of a life coach, you need someone to support you and guide you so you can really work on your goals, then I would say book a free discovery call with me. I have some extra spots open this week. So definitely, if you're thinking about getting a life coach, I would love to have a conversation with you and tell you what life coaching is all about. The link to book a free discovery call with me is in the description box below. Number 4, eye contact. So we don't call eyes the windows to our soul for no reason. There is something so powerful about eye contact. And if you're able to hold eye contact, it definitely shows confidence. Don't hold it for too long, of course, because that can be a little bit creepy. So when it comes to eye contact, you don't constantly want to look in the person's eyes the whole time. You want to hold the eye contact to 4 to 5 seconds, and then you want to look away. Eye contact is really important because it shows that you are seeing the person. It also shows respect to the other person. Keep that eye contact for 4 to 5 seconds, and in the entire conversation, have about 50 to 70% eye contact. You can also look at the person's nose or their hands, and when you are also making hand gestures and you're laughing, it makes it more comfortable too. Number 4, eye contact. Ladies, now I would love to hear from you. When it comes to eye contact, are you really good at making eye contact? Or is eye contact something that you want to become better at? If that is the case and you want to become better at making eye contact and focus on it more, leave the eye emoji in the comment section below. This emoji. I would love to see your emojis in the comment section below. Number 5, tilting your head. So tilting your head slightly to the side really gives off that soft and feminine look. Let me show it to you. You can sit like this, very straight, or you can tilt your head a little bit more like this. And when we are elongating our neck, we are actually also showing vulnerability by showing off our neck. So instead of sitting like this, very straight, you can slightly tilt your neck to the side, like this. And with that, try also showing off your neck. Number 6, crossing your ankles or crossing your legs. Crossing the ankles is seen as more elegant than crossing the legs. Personally, for me, it depends on what I'm wearing. If I'm wearing a pants or some nice trousers, I like crossing my legs. But when I'm wearing a skirt, I personally like to cross my ankles. But when it comes to crossing your legs, as I mentioned, do keep in mind what you are wearing. Because if you're wearing a skirt or a dress, you don't want to expose yourself too much. Please don't do that. If you're showing too much skin, so too much of your thighs are out, I would suggest with crossing your ankles because that always looks elegant. But know that crossing your ankles or crossing your legs is definitely a feminine and elegant body language. Number 7, playing with your hair. This one is a little bit tricky because you don't want to do this too much. Because if you play with your hair too much, it gives off the impression that you're nervous. And that's not the look we're going for. So what I do mean with this point is that you want to touch your hair from time to time. So for example, you're sitting like this and you might put your hair to the back a little bit, or you do something like this, or you just touch your hair and put it to the sides. So, number 7, touch your hair from time to time. And ladies, now it's time for a quote. Language is a more recent technology. Your body language, your eyes, and your energy will come through to your audience before you even start speaking. Number 8, nodding. And nodding is especially helpful when you're in a conversation with someone and you agree with what the person is saying. So instead of just standing like this, you can just nod and be like, Obviously, don't go too much like this constantly, but just go and nod. When you are nodding in a conversation and you agree with what the person is saying, the person becomes more comfortable talking more and saying more because they see, without you saying anything, they feel that you agree with them. So they get comfortable. That's why when you are nodding from time to time, it's a great feminine body language tip to use, as that opens up the floor for the person to share more with you and to be comfortable sharing with you. So number 8 is nodding from time to time, not too much. Feminine body language number 9 is to lean in more, like this. When you are leaning in more, you are showing off that you are engaged with the conversation. You really want to hear more and you agree with the person is saying. And you're saying all of this without saying one word. You're just leaning in more. You're going towards the person instead of going back like this, right? Because when you go back like this, you want to stay away. You want to keep your distance. You might not even agree with this person. It's just not something you want to engage with. But leaning in slightly like this, you really give the person that feeling of being comfortable and that you are listening and you want to hear more. If you've noticed, all of these things, when you're using them in a conversation, makes a really good conversation. If you're able to nod, go a little bit closer, and doing these things here and there, not all at once and too much, but a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You just have to create your own little mixture, basically. So we already have 9 amazing feminine and elegant body language tips. I have one more for you. Let's go to number 10. Number 10, touch. So of course, in the world that we're living today, you want to be careful when it comes to touching. You don't just want to go and touch everybody. When it comes to people who you are close with, your friends, your family, some of your colleagues, when you are dating, amazing. Use this. When it comes to touching someone, you can think about touching the person's arm or their shoulder or their leg. Those are the areas that are normal to touch from time to time if you are comfortable with that person, right? As I mentioned, colleagues you are more comfortable with, friends, family, your partner, and especially when you're dating. Touching the man's arm or shoulder is a great way to show off your femininity. So number 10 is touching someone slightly, not too long, not too much, just a nice tap on the arm, the shoulder, or the leg. And ladies, those were my feminine and elegant body language tips. Those were the 10 tips I have for you. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and it helps me when it comes to pushing these videos out on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I would really appreciate that too. If you're looking for a life coach, you always thought about wanting a life coach, then book a free discovery call with me. I will explain to you what life coaching looks like with me. I definitely add a little bit of femininity in my life coaching. I find it important. But the most important thing when it comes to life coaching is that we focus on your goals. What do you want to achieve? And I am there to guide you along the way and sprinkle some femininity in there as well. Ladies, that was it for today's video. I'm going to wish you a lovely, lovely week, and we will see each other in the next video. Bye, ladies.